relationship. There was a baby that he was not upfront about. Found out about the baby because the baby mama contacted me via messenger. He said, "Oh no, I was a donor." I stepped away from the relationship. Said person has resumed a relationship with that family. If I'm being honest, I want to see them have karma. Like, I still wake up angry every day.
Kira, what you thinking?
Yeah.
Okay, pause. She said she wants them to receive karma. What did the baby mama do to you? What did the lady do to you? If we're going to be honest right here, you did something to the lady because mind you, you didn't actually do anything to it. The common denominator between you and this lady is this little shithead that both of y'all are dating. This very womanizing, philanderous man that both of you are dating. Why do you have animosity towards this lady? Because she's dating a guy that you once dated? Because she has the guy that you want? Well, if that's the case, she has the same animosity towards you because you stepped in on her relationship. But the problem is, both of you are putting the anger at each other when in reality, it should both be going at him. He's the problem. I promise you, she's not over there living the happy-go-lucky life. I promise you, and I do not know anybody involved in this, that he is still cheating. That you stepped away and he had somebody else. Or mind you, he been had somebody else. You was number 4 on the roster, miss. So while you over here being mad at the girl, and she probably was mad at you too, which is why she hit you up like, leave my man alone, da-da-da. What are we doing? The common denominator is the idiot man where the two on there with. Wanna find one idiot, well, one of the idiot man them, where the arrow just run through the girl them, and him no want. The baby mama not living no life. She contacted you so you could leave a man alone. You did. Miss, move on, go find your peace. Miss, move on, go find your joy. Miss, count this as a blessing. What is the blessing? You got rid of the crosses, man. She's still stuck with him, literally. She has a child with him. She obviously still wants him, and she's still with him. Her life is not all peaches and cream. But the same reason why you in your feelings right now is probably the same reason she was in her feelings when she found out that you was dating her baby's father that she was still with. And the fact that this grown-ass man looked at you in your face and said to you, I was a sperm donor, tells you everything you need to know. Run, miss, run. He's a pathological liar. A man that will speak on his child and speak in a way where, 1, he never told you about the child, and 2, then he makes it seem like he was just a sperm donor, which means that he gave her some sperm so she could have a child because she wanted a child. Tells you the character of that man. Why would you want to date a man with that type of character? Peace out to him. The fuck? The baby mama hasn't won a prize. She hasn't seen it yet. She hasn't found out yet. Her time is coming. She will catch on eventually. You was lucky enough to be told by her, because she want to be stuck with her problems, that, girl, I have a problem and you about to take my problem up. Miss, I have a trash bag that I am carrying around like it's a Birkin, and you done stole my trash bag thinking it's a Birkin, and I'm letting you know it's a trash bag filled with trash. Return my trash bag. You gave her trash bag back. She now got the same trash bag with more trash in it, walking around with it like it's a Birkin, like it's a Coach bag, like it's a Gucci bag, like it's a whatever type of bag. Miss, you haven't lost anything more than maybe the little bit of time that you gave him. Count this as a blessing. Thank the heavens up above that they saved you and hustle that ass on so you can go actually buy a purse and leave the trash bag, the hefty bag, alone. Okay? That's it. And that's all. Now let's hop in the comment section, because you know this is Read the Comments, where we stay in people's comment section trying to find out if you guys got sense or not. Now, Lexi Baby 25 says, now while you think they're living it up and it's happily ever after, they're battling things behind closed doors, whether that's physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and even financially. Trust. Everything that glitters isn't gold. Heal and keep it pushing, baby. God got you. Literally, miss. You dodged a bullet. Thank the heavens up above that you did what? Dodge a bullet. Let it go, mama. Let it go. Glamour 127 responded and says, that's 100, right? They go the extra mile, faking happiness for the world to see whole time they're suffering in sadness. We don't need to even meet the baby moms to know that she's suffering in sadness. How do we know? She had to contact another lady about her child's father. And the story that this grown man was walking around telling was, 1, not owning her nor the child up, and 2, that he's a sperm donor. She has not won a prize. Like I said, hefty trash bag that's hefty. It's not even a scented bag. It's just a big, hefty, stinking trash bag. That's it and that's all. Leave it by the trash chemist and keep on pushing. Wanda says that's exactly what I believe. Wanda believes that they're not as happy as it looks. Pink Amore says, this is so true because you don't know what type of battles they face in their own mind. Things could simply not last as long for them. Yeah, they might have new things, but they are constantly having to replace their current items in life because nothing is lasting for them, etc. Like I said, what's not lasting is the man is not a good man. The man is not a honest man. The man is not a man of character, morals, principles, values. You did not win a prize. You didn't lose a prize. You gave up a big bag of trash, lady. Run. Miss, I don't want you to walk away. I want you to run like Usain Bolt is in a race for $1 million with you, and you must beat him. That's how fast I want you to run. All right? And deal with it like you're a Kenyan in a marathon. Don't stop. Just keep going and going and going, doing laps away from them. Let her keep him. This will never be a loss. And it ain't never going to be a loss because she has not won a prize. Ari Roxy says, and also, she responded to Pink Amore. She said also, the girl he's with now probably knows of their relationship, and that is not a foundation to stand on at all for their budding relationship. What are you talking about? The girl he's with right now is his child's mom. Is the girl he acted like she never existed. Is the girl he lied on saying that she was looking for a sperm donor. This doesn't take rocket science to figure this one out. He was with the BM all along. Him and the BM was together the whole time. But he's a cheater. He's a womanizer. He's a philanderer. He's that type. Okay, he's a liar, a pathological liar. So therefore, he started also dating this lady, right? And of course, didn't claim up to no child because of course, if he had told her that I have a child and a BM, she might not have wanted to be with him. So he lied to get her on his team, on the roster that she didn't even know she was on. And then when the BM found out about her, the BM is being cheated on by this shithead. I'm gonna call him Hefty. Hefty was cheating on her, so she contacted the lady to let her know Hefty is my man and I need my trash bag back, miss. So therefore, this budding relationship was a relationship that was already going. Again, the BM has not won a prize. The BM is stuck with Hefty. The BM has a trash bag that she thinks is a Birkin. And unfortunately, a lot of women spend 20 years, 10 years, 5 years, even 1 week is too much with these type of individuals, and then wake up 7 years from now and they're going to say the man did it or this person did it. She's going to blame the 50 women that he cheated with in the 2 years that they were together for the problems that they had when the common denominator was just him. She should have just left him alone, period. Kimura said facts. Looks can be deceiving. Now, you got to remember that the lady did say that she see that they're living a happy life and, you know, they're happy and whatever. And so Kimura is saying looks can be deceiving. But it's always been deceiving. The BM is not happy. I don't need to know the BM to know she's always on the lookout. She probably had it in his hot car engine jumping out. Where you going? Which bitch you with? And she's in bushes getting scratches and bug bites. Ticks up her ass because she's so up his ass trying to follow him to make sure that he's not cheating on her. What kind of life is that? Who wants to get up every day hunting down their partner to make sure that the partner is faithful to them? You can't focus and be a good mother. You cannot focus and go inward to improve yourself, to become better, to walk in your purpose because you're too busy hunting down somebody grown-ass son who's doing him while you're single in a relationship, because he's definitely single. He's not even in a relationship. He's not claiming you and he's not claiming his child. No man that is willing to walk around here and not own up to his children, claim his children, it can be a good man. And I'm about to tussle with y'all. I said what I said. Marie Morgan says, I came on here to say the same thing. If you're messing people over, you don't realistically live a happy life. Listen, I know a lot of people that about that life and they happy. Okay? We reap what we sow, and we slow down their karma if we are sitting there angry and waiting for their downfall. I don't know if you slow down their karma, but what I can say is you slow down your blessings. You slow down your blessings. Let's not be focused on that person. Let's focus on us. When you forgive somebody, it's not for the person that you forgive, it's for yourself. Because when you're sitting there with all that animosity, all that malice, all that anger on your chest, all you can do is vibrate low. All you can be is in a state of, I don't even have a word. Just look at my face. That's the state that you're in, while the other person is blooming and growing and doing and keep going. And they effing other people over and keep going. You can stay in the lineup of people that he's messed over, or you can go be a person that overcame. The person that learned a lesson and gained a blessing from it. The person that turns pain into purpose and pour all that energy into you. Yale says, example of rejection is your protection. Seriously, because any man that does not claim their child or disown their children to be in a relationship does not deserve a healthy, loving relationship. Listen, a man, separate from that, no man were willing to disown and pity them, not claim his children, can ever be a good man. That's his seed, that's his offspring, that's his legacy. And if he cannot claim that, why would he claim you? Why would he treat you good? A woman that is not a good mother to her kids, why would you want to be in a relationship with her? A lot of us need to start dating from a place of, would this person be a good parent? Would this person be a good parent to my future children? Because you have to understand that intimacy leads to procreation. It leads to pregnancies. And we need to stop sleeping with people that if you wouldn't have a child with this person, then you cannot sleep with them. Or maybe you're intimately attracted, but you're not futuristic. Long term is not there. Then guess what? Get a vasectomy. There are vasectomies that can be turned back. There are vasectomies that can be turned back, sir. So get a vasectomy, and when you're ready to start a family, then you reverse it and undo it. Women, don't leave your birth control out. Do not leave your birth control out. Protect your womb. Because there's a lot of men out that you guys are out here having interactions with sexually that do not deserve to have children. He's not a good man. And do not date people that do not take care of their children, do not own their children, and are just not good people with good character. Come on now. Shay says, thank you for your comment. That's how I feel. All of my exes are with child or married, and I'm single and childless. I know that it's a blessing. I'm still hurt though, because Lord knows the desires of my heart, and he knows I never wanted to be a baby mama, but I want to be married. So I'm waiting, praying to be restored and healed. I can understand that one. I too don't have any children, and I'm single. And guess what? I don't have any regrets as it pertains to that aspect of my life. I don't have no regrets in that department. And nobody can make me feel some type of way because I am childless at my big age or single. Because none of the people, none of the people that I know that's going to come to me to tell me some story about having a child that has children or living no life. Most of the people that ask me or tell me that, you know, I should have children are the people that are dating men with 6 kids that are putting hands, feet, knees, and teeth on them, not taking care of the kids that they already have. They have 3 baby fathers. No disrespect to the woman that has multiple children's father, but it's not the reality I want for myself. And when you really sit and talk to them, it's not the reality that they want it for themselves either, but life is life and it life. And so they're living with their choices and they're making the best of what they got. I don't want to do that though. I don't want to do that. And most importantly, I don't want to traumatize I don't want to carry on a generational curse, on a generational legacy of trauma. I was at no place in my life until this point to procreate. Mentally, emotionally, physically, all types of unstable. Mentally unstable, okay? If I was raising a child, I would have gotten to this place in my life where I'm truly working on myself and then have regrets if I had children. Because now I would have, you know, maybe a 10-year-old, a 15-year-old, even an 8-year-old. And I would be looking at how I've been raising them and realize that now I'm going to hit a wall. And what's that wall? I've already raised them to be a certain type of person. I already raised them with them watching me be a certain type of person, emulating my behavior. And now that I've gotten to this place that I realize that the behavior is wrong. When I've gotten to this place, I realize that this is not how you act. This is not how you carry yourself. You cannot have this mindset. You must go to therapy. You have to release this anger. You have to release this impatience. You have to come to a place where violence is not the answer to everything. What am I going to do when I raise my children to be that way? I'm glad I never had children up until this point. And I'm glad moving forward, the type of people that I will date are people that will be able to contribute to a stable household, because they will be emotionally intelligent. They will be mentally together. And nobody can make me feel any type of way for not dating for a long period of time. Because the people that I would have dated, the people I would have attracted to me weren't the right people for me. Because they were people like myself. And the type of person that I would want to date, I never felt like I qualified for. And this is the honest truth, because I'm big, aggressive, violent, and a problem. And I'm attracted to men that are not aggressive and so forth and such. which means that I would be the issue within the relationship. And so I knew I had to work on myself. I just never did for a very long time. And this is just me being honest with you. And so therefore, don't let people make you feel some type of way because you made the best choice for yourself and now you are at a certain age or whatever. People are going to try to make you feel like you did something wrong. No, ma. If you don't feel like you did something wrong, then you didn't. Okay. Our sport girl said, you said a mouthful. It's Naya Faye says, yes, trust me. Everybody goes through their own battles. Social media just allows people to create whatever fantasy they want people to see. And that is so true. There's a lot of people out here giving relationship goals. What? Have you not seen the amount of outcomes of these? Let's go back 5 years, and we don't need to take it back 10. Let's go back 5 years and look at all your relationship goals and see their reality now. Let's get into it. You need to first identify what it is that you're seeking in a relationship, and be honest with yourself, right? And do not step off them boundaries. And it might require for you to be single for some time. Actually, for the people that don't want to be single because you want, that intimacy, whether it's physical or just an emotional bond with someone, then we have to be honest with ourselves. Sometimes you meet people and they're temporary. When you meet them, you know that there is no form of long-term here based on their character, based on their mindset, based on what they want and what you want. And you know for a fact, it don't go with what you want. Based on how they show up in a relationship. However, maybe you like them like that. Maybe their body's calling your body. Your body's calling, right? And you want that. Well, understand that the short term. Do everything in your power to make sure that no child comes from this interaction. Have fun, and when it's time to move on, move on. Too many people get stuck in something that too many women especially try to turn a short term into a long term and then spend 10 years waiting on a person to take them serious when he knew he never would have took you serious, but because you gave him the opportunity to play with you, he played. 10 years later, he leaves you. The relationship finally ends. Whether you leave him, he leaves you, it ends. And then 6 months later, a year later, he's marrying someone, and now you really in your feelings over here wishing them bad when in reality you played with yourself. Did he contribute to the game? Yes, but you also played yourself. Because you knew from the get-go this was a long term. All the obstacles wasn't worth it at all. We got to get realistic with ourselves now. Come on now. Tall Up King says, thank you for this comment. I needed to read this. I've been struggling with wanting revenge. I received this message. Blessings to you and yours. So there's a lot of people out here that want revenge. Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't know that there's a lot of people out here that want revenge. I don't find... For me personally, it's if it didn't work out, then it wasn't supposed to. Because what's for me and what is mine can never be for nobody else. That's always a belief that I've always held. And I stand firm in that belief to this very second as I sit here speaking to you. What's mine, nobody can have. And I don't have to do too much for it to stay. I just have to maintain and, of course, treat it like it's valuable. And that's it. Can't nobody take what's mine. So what's mine cannot be for nobody else, period. And I've never ended a relationship and seeked revenge or wished anybody bad. But then again, I'm always the one that's leaving, so maybe that's why. Now, Karen Alfred is asking the same question I'm asking. She says, why does the baby and the baby's mother deserve to suffer? It's painful, but that's the lady's family. He was wrong when he was cheating and deceiving both of them. This lady didn't know exactly who he was. He already had that family. Exactly. You're wishing bad on the baby moms. I don't think he was wishing bad on the baby, but she wished that the relationship didn't work. But ma'am, you were the intruder on their relationship. Mind you, he's the one that opened the door. So you didn't intrude. You trespassed on what should have been the lady's property, but he's everybody's property. So wishing the lady bad is wrong. Because the lady technically didn't do anything to you. And if she's wishing you bad, she's wrong. The common denominator and the sole problem is that man. The brother, the youth, the fellow, the lad, the little lassie. Him are the problem. The batty boy. Him are the problem. Him cause all of this. Or they even leave them crosses man here alone. And once he show you who he is, believe him, sis. Dip like a chip quick as shit. Okay? EB says that's true. The goal is not to destroy their peace. It's to find yours. Seriously, find your peace and be glad that everything played out the way it did, because that's how you were able to know that he was a no good son of a... You understand? Dana says, I couldn't have said it better than you put it. Jason says, I understand how that feels when you have been hurt so deeply, and I wanted them to suffer the way they made me feel. I was so miserable and hurt. Again, they. What did the mother of the child do? She contacted you and let you know you're stepping in on my boundaries. That's my man. She has not won, though. That's the thing. She hasn't won. Because the man that she's claiming is a big, hefty trash bag of shit. She hasn't won. You won. Getting taken out of a triangle when it should have been a circle with just the both of y'all in the middle is a blessing. She hasn't won. Get prepared and ready said, she got out alive and unscathed. What do you mean looking for him to get karma? Girl, you better live your life and carry on. Seriously. Have you never seen them YouTube videos or what's that channel where what's the name of that show where a fatal attraction and all types of craziness? You didn't hear about the one where the lady flew from New York all the way to Florida to go use a sharp object to multiple times pierce somebody with that sharp object, taking that young lady's life in that young lady's own apartment in Florida, jumping back on a flight, coming to New York, only to be arrested. And I think she was given a life sentence. Mind you, she was a mother. She was a mother to children. And she allowed a man, a cheating man, that was, mind you, they claimed that the relationship had ended, that the man had left her. I don't know how truthful that is. But let's say that they were still together. She used to call the girl that lived in Florida and tell that girl to leave her man alone. Of course, that didn't happen. And so the lady flew from New York to Florida to take that girl's life. That could have been you, miss. The baby mama could have did you something. There have been other stories and other situations where the wife attacked the side piece, because in this situation Missy was the side piece, and they lost their life. You literally left unscathed. A little heartbreak and a little deception, but unscathed for the most part. This was a blessing. And then move on. Don't let this man stop you from meeting the man of your dream. Don't let this man and this situation make you meet somebody else and then you start being very jealous and skeptical of that man, and now he don't want to be with you and be around you because you're weird. Right? Because of the old situation that wasn't even technically your situation, because he had a whole baby BM and a whole little family situation going on that he wasn't claiming. Move on, let go, and be happy. These bugs out here bugging. Butterfly Kisses says, Tyler Perry's Madea said something profound in Madea Goes to Jail. She said, forgiveness is not for the other person, it's for you. It's for your soul. Why are you sitting up mad at that other person? They is living their life, not thinking about you. The person says, I paraphrase it. Now release your anger, release your pain, release your grudge, and if you want peace for yourself, forgive and live. And that's what I was saying earlier. Seriously, that's something I had to learn, that forgiveness is not for the other person. Because you can forgive and never have any type of communication or ever talk to a person again ever in your life. There's many people within just this last 6 months of my life that I've forgiven. Many people that I have forgiven from the bottom of my soul, I have let it go. But will we ever be in communication and be around each other again? No. There's no need to. Right? You showed me what I needed to know. I've seen the dislike. I see that you tolerate me. I see that you don't like me. I see what you did. You will never get the opportunity to do what you've done before again. But I had to forgive, or my heart's gonna be heavy. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna stop my own blessings. I'm gonna be out here walking around with this level of anger where I might explode on somebody that never did anything to me because I'm walking around with the anger for somebody else. That's not gonna be my life. You ain't gonna stop me from living my best life. Because a lot of people that I've come to realize that cause harm to others tend to live their best life. Because they're just going through whatever happens. And while you're over here contemplating and thinking about it, they're on to doing something to somebody else. They're on being another pain in somebody else's ass. So you need to forgive for yourself and never, ever for that other person. Living your life well and healed is the best revenge, says Favies. Imagine what that woman will have to go through with that dude. Will have to go... Favies, you mean been going through? She has a child with him. So at least 9 months together. So there's a relationship going on there. She's been going through this with him. Been going through this. And she will continue to go through this because she obviously set no types of boundaries. She obviously is not, you know what I'm saying? Standing firm in making sure that she's valued. And this lady did. She valued herself and stepped away from a messy situation. This lady needs to be happy and leave them two people to go be with each other. They deserve each other. They're both messy and love the drama and toxicity. If you don't love toxicity, then be glad when people show themselves to be toxic and dip like a chip quick. You understand? Rael says, to be honest, it doesn't feel good, especially when you try hard to be a kind person. The cost of a good heart is so expensive. Spend wisely. Be careful of missing a blessing because you didn't learn the lesson. Miss Love responded to her and said, my biggest lesson is that not everyone has the same heart as me, and that there are people that will want to break you for sport. So strong boundaries are necessary. I agree with that, because if you don't have strong boundaries, they will walk, jump, run, drive, skate, shit and piss all over you. Strong boundaries are a necessity in this life. Ty Jackson added, this message is so profound. I too experienced bad intentions and actions from my spouse. I was patient, loving, respectful, supportive to our marriage. God will do that with women. He wasn't for me. I know now. I always say good people truly get the short end of the stick. I keep myself grounded. I'm trusting God. But sometimes I do feel bad and want him to feel double what I've gone through. People don't care sometimes because most days I was ill and I needed moral and emotional support as a wife. She'll be fine and I will too. Oh, Ty is a man. Okay, Ty. I see you went through it. Men go through it too. A lot of people that I've encountered cannot be single, and so this advice is not for them, but for the people that can hold strong boundaries and do not mind being single for a period of time. The first sign of red flag, dip like a chip. Real story. I had a friend. So she met this African guy. I'm saying African because that's just who he was in the story. So she met this African guy. And she came to me, she was like, girl, I need some advice. This was years ago when I was living in Florida. And I was like, okay, what kind of advice you need? And she was like, I met this guy, but he's single, but he lives with his child and his child's mom. Or actually, his child and his child's mom live with him because it was just cheaper because the child's mom isn't working. And he had agreed to support her during the stage because they don't want their child in daycare. So the BM is not working. He's going to cover all costs. They will live with him so he can be around his child and see his child on a day-to-day basis. I said to her, where the mama bumbleclat you talk about? You idiot? Just like that. What? You fool? My thing is, I asked her, when do you speak to him? She said she can speak to him at any time. And so when he's speaking at nights, does he whisper? Can you call him at 2 a.m. and he picks up? I said, most importantly, why do you want to put yourself in that predicament? The first priority in his life is going to be the child and the child's mom. Because it sounds like, even if he doesn't have intimate feelings for her, which, come on now, trick somebody else. But let's say that he doesn't have intimate feelings for her. If he cares for his child as much as he say he does, and if he wants peace as much as he says he does, he's going to prioritize the child's mom. And sometimes it's not about the person that you're dating feelings, it's about their ex's feelings. So if she just had a child for him, and they were living together, and they're living together now, don't you think that she's still playing house? Don't you think that she still is hoping that this relationship can be reconciled? Don't you think that there's a high probability that they could get back together? Because why would you put yourself in the middle of that predicament to find out later that he's lying? Or to find out later that you are not able to get the amount of time that you need from him because he has a young child. The child was like 3 months old. Why would you date a man with a 3-month-old? Because why would you date somebody that is willing to leave the mother of his child right after she gave birth to the biggest blessing that they both can have? And it was both of their first child. So, most importantly, why do you believe him? Anyway, she went against my advice and she dated him only to find out that the child's mom contacted her to let her know that they're still together. They live together. I remember saying to my friend, can you visit his house? She was like, no, she don't know. I said, ask him. And if his response is no, because he wants to keep peace in his household, then what are we doing? What are we doing? He can't take you home. If there's no intimate relationship with the child's mom, then... But why would you want to meet a lady that just has a 3-month-old child for her child's father and then turn around and date that man and then turn around and complain that it's messy? It's given messy. It can't go no other way but messy. And this is the situations that I'm talking about where sometimes people put themselves in predicaments where when it ends, everybody was looking like it couldn't have went any other way but that way. And this is why when people say to vet better, this is what they mean. Certain decisions that are made as it pertains to dating is just like, how did you come up with that? And why did you do that? That don't make no sense. Anyways, Life and Ty says, you dodged a bullet. Yes, she did. That could have been you with his baby. Yes. While he's out there calling you the one he donated sperm to. He wasn't the one. He did not know or see your value, period. And that's all Mary had a little lamb. Sometimes we need to see the blessing. You could have been an additional BM. So now there's two of y'all that he's walking around telling people that he donated sperm to. His behavior already said what and who he is. He's a pathological liar. He's a womanizer. He's disrespectful. He's dishonest. He's deceitful. Like, why would you even want to be with? This should not be a person that has your heart lumpy dumpy. Personally, I believe. If I dated a guy and he got me involved emotionally, and then I found out that not only is he a liar, he's a pathological liar. He's the type that disowns his child. He calls his child a sperm that he donated, and he disowns his BM. I'm gonna think I won. I won by getting the fuck away from him. And the fact that she took him back and they're living a happy life, I'm gonna be glad that I got away clean and clear with not a child, not a STD, not a STI. That's a blessing. Dawn says, I understand her tears. Dating is so hard out here. As we all know, you think your life is about to go in the direction that you've been praying for. She probably felt so happy to have him in her life, and then a bomb dropped. I've had this happen to me. But what Kitty said is 100% right. Pray to God to forgive him, baby. Yours is on the way and it's so much better. You dodge a major bullet like I did. There's no testimony without a test. Exactly. You got away scotch-free, clean, clear. God was looking out for you. Thank him and move on. Keiko says she can't let go because she is shamed for feeling angry. Women have a right to feel angry and furious. I'm not saying act on it, but honor emotion that is there for a reason. Who are they to tell her emotion is wrong? When she accepts she's angry, it will diffuse. No. There's mass amount of people out here that is angry, know that they're angry, and they're still angry. And they get angry every moment. It's not about being angry. It is about understanding why you're feeling a specific emotion. Whether it's sadness, it's grief, it's anger, it's joy, it's happiness, it's confusion. Understanding why you're feeling it, getting to the root of it, and then moving on from it is really what you need to do. Or you're going to be stuck in that emotion. And again, for me specifically, she was angry at the man, I get it. But again, you still have to move on from it. But why is she angry at the BM? Is it because the BM have who she wants? Is she angry at the BM because the BM contacted her and helped her in letting go of a pathological, philandering, womanizing, lying, cheating dude? If the anger is at him, I get it. He played with her. He played her. But I have a serious belief that a person that plays with you is not for you. You dated a person that didn't see your value. And unfortunately, something that I've learned, and this is not by experience, it's by observation, is that we gotta stop putting our joy in other people. We have to stop attaching our happiness to someone. We have to stop waiting for a specific man or woman to come into our life to live our lives and to be happy within ourselves. Because the more that we're sitting here attaching our joy to somebody and he is my happiness, she is my happiness, when he or she chooses to leave, if they choose to leave, and sometimes leaving is not even their choice, they pass on to the other side. Now you are suicidal. You understand? Because no, attach your happiness to yourself. And then when somebody comes to share that happiness, it's a balance. Date a person that's also happy within themselves. And so therefore, when you guys come together, it's a balance of they make themselves happy, you make yourselves happy, and you make each other happy, and you share in happiness. And those relationships can build a foundation because you know who you are, he knows who he is, and then you guys can build on that. But choosing to make your happiness somebody else is always going to end badly most times for everybody because you're trauma bonded. Because you're bonded with a person and giving them everything. Talking about, I don't want anybody to say they gave me their heart. Keep your blood clot heart. Wall on your heart, so you need it to pump blood. You need your heart to pump. Wall on it. But give me affection, give me respect, give me loyalty, give me faithfulness, give me honesty, give me those type of things. That's how you're gonna give me your love. Now give me your heart. Don't let me be the breath that you breathe. Cause your lungs will stop work. Don't let me be the breath that you breathe. I don't want to be that for you. Because I saw now you're obsessed with me. I don't want you obsessed with me. I want you to love me. I want you to honor me. I want you to respect me. And I want you to be with me by choice. When about come and I saw now with you, Mama, I need you. Don't need me a bumbo clot. Love what I do for you and let me love what you do for me too. But I'm always know how to change a bulb and how to change my car tire. And I'm always know how to pick my phone up and call a plumber. but choose to be with you because you compliment me well. Scorpio Tara responded and said, oh well, she wasn't even with him but for a brief second. I didn't see the part where they were saying that it was a short amount of time. If I'd seen that part, I'd have been telling this lady, Miss, bye, move. And then you mad at the BM for what? You was with him for maybe 3 months, the BM was with him for 3 years. What are we talking about? If this lady don't go get on her knees, thank the heavens above that they helped her out of a very dumb situation that she had put herself in, then I don't know what else she needs to do. Cut it out, miss. Come on now. Miss, you over here going crazy over a 3-month relationship? You crazy. You crazy. You're crazy. Okay, so this is something else that I've come to realize. You guys will date for 2 weeks and you madly in love. How? Why? Now, I understand that we're all different and we're not all the same. So I won't understand it. But for me, time has to play out for me to see if the things that you're saying is true. Time has to play out so that your true character is revealed. Time has to play out so I see how you deal with situations. Because a person that appears to be calm does not have to be calm, and they can actually be aggressive and abusive. You understand me? So time needs to play out so I know who you are and I truly get to know your character, because that's going to tell me if we're compatible or not. Those are the things that you have to look into when you're vetting a person. Not the looks, not the things they say. And the more you say and the less you do is the less I'm attracted to you. The more you say, the less you do is the less I'm attracted to you. The more you do, the less you say, but it shows is the more I find you attractive. And it cannot just be the way the person looks. It cannot just be the way the person talks. It cannot just be what the person drives, the way the person dressed, their person's teeth, the character, the morals, the principles, the values, their goals has to come into play. And a man that disowns his child can never be a person that you can build a life with, because it will be your child eventually that they're disowning. A man that doesn't take care of their child cannot be a person that you build a life with, because eventually it might be your child that he's now no longer taking care of, and now you find yourself in the court system trying to get him to pay child support, and he's only paying $25 a week because guess what? He has 3 other kids that he wasn't taking care of that you knew about. Come on now, we got to make better decisions here. TB1235 responded to Scorpio Kara and said her level of bitterness was odd given this. She needs to do a lot of inner work. She relied on the relationship to fill her emptiness too much. Joyce Johnson says, I'm so glad to see a woman who said she removed herself from the problem. Seriously. Even though it hurt her to do so. Instead of saying that she stayed and now there's drama and she doesn't know what to do and blah, blah, blah. Exactly. Right? I pray for her healing. I'm glad I saw this. I was extremely hurt by what my ex did to me. I wanted to see him receive his karma as well instead of him smiling and enjoying life. But I realized that that day may never come and I had to move on with my own life. It takes time though. Yes, I'm going to give her props for dipping like a chip quick as shit. Right? Instead of sticking around and then coming to us with some story of the BM contacted her, told her she's still stuck around only to be pregnant, and now he ain't taking care of her kids and he walking around telling people that he only donated sperm to her too. Like, miss, move. So her taking herself away is great. However, she's not looking at it like that. She's not seeing how much she helped herself. She's not seeing how much this was a blessing, that this was a lesson, and that she just need to, next time, take time. Next time, pause, pump the brakes. Don't jump in too quick. Don't utilize intimacy and what he says to create that bond with him, because a good genitals on either gender doesn't matter if the person's character is flawed, if there is no compatibility, if this is not going to work out long term because this person is not a good person, not a nice person, not a person with morals and principles that align with yours. Delight Smile says, I don't agree. Just because they look happy does not mean that their relationship is healthy. Exactly. Because he's not an honest man. Seriously. She's having a baby with a man that's not honest. Listen, a dishonest man can never be a man that you can build a solid relationship. A pathological liar is never a person that you can have a good conversation with. A person that is slandering, womanizing, cheating is a person that's going to keep you unhappy, because every time unless you're a person that don't care about cheating, but they still open you up to STIs and STDs. So for me, that's always going to be a problem. Marcy says, a man should always be upfront, be honest, and stop wasting a woman's time who is actually serious about being in a relationship. God will mend all those broken pieces in her heart, and best believe something good is coming to her sooner than she thinks. And we are going to have to come to the conclusion that because somebody should do something, don't mean that they will. Yes, people should be honest and should be upfront with all aspects, whether it's business, relationship, personal, just family, platonic friendship, whatever it is. People should always be upfront. But the truth of the matter is people are not. And if we sit around and talk about what should happen and what should not happen, we're going to always find ourselves in problems. People should not RAPE, but do they? Yes. So do you have to protect yourself? Yes. People shouldn't steal, but do they? Yes. People shouldn't scam. Do they? Yes. So many things people shouldn't do, but they do it. And you just have to protect yourself so that you do not become a victim of it. Simple. Now, my last comment of this video is, a wise woman once told me that sometimes God won't allow you to see when someone receives their karma because you may try to intervene and help that person. I later found out that it was true. The person that couldn't wait to receive their karma, when they did receive it, they couldn't catch a break, although they made it seem like everything was all good. I say to you, sometimes you need to walk away, release the anger, and release the person that is causing you all this trauma so that they can receive their karma. But don't look for the karma. Do not stand around and try to make sure that you see them receive their karma, because you might miss your opportunity for your blessing. Learn your lesson, walk away, move on, and go on. Some man need to glad when the man them show them dirty colors. Other man need to glad when the woman them show them dirty colors. And Guan. The name of the game is Guan. Don't stop. Run like Usain is chasing you and is a relay. And he's behind you and you must get across the finish line first. Run fast, run hard, and go hard. Guan. Peace out.